Hi everyone, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and I thought I would do a little whip and chat, paint and chat, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to work on this. Seems like I get more done on this when I'm talking to you. I've been doing a lot of crocheting, also making some gifts for people. I have done a little bit since the last time, but not a lot. So I thought, I'm going to work on this and talk to my friends for a little while. Maybe while you're crocheting or knitting or diamond painting or cleaning house or whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're cooking. So I'm going to just chat with you or whatever comes to my mind, and that could be just about anything. So I'm going to turn my light on so I can see. I've been working on the C's. So I've got some right in here. I've done a lot of the C's since the last time. So let me get busy on this. I hope that you're having a great morning, afternoon, night, whenever it is that you might be watching this. Let's see if I can get it pulled up a little bit. When I do the clear ones, I just move all over the canvas. I don't go in any particular order because it's just easy. I can see it through the plastic and just kind of go wherever I want. I was trying to get busy working on this painting. I have someone in mind that would like it, so we'll see if I can get this done before Christmas. I'm doing other things also. I've got, like I said, a few things, crochet things going on, and I'll probably show those in another video. I know I have some people who are interested in crochet and yarn things, so I'll do that. What are you doing right now? Are you enjoying relaxing and working on a diamond painting or crocheting or knitting, or are you busy with cleaning house and other chores that are not quite as fun as being able to do our little hobbies? I got some things done this morning. Not as much as I needed to, but you know how that goes. It's going to be there later. That's one thing I have always found out, is that housework or any other type of work is always there waiting for you, so you don't have to worry about it taking off. I would like to be like the elf and the shoemaker and have some little elves come in, especially to do dusting. Ugh. I don't know about you, but I think that is my least favorite chore. I would actually rather scrub the toilets than dust. I think what I need to do is get rid of a bunch of my knickknacks, and it would make it where it's not quite so painful. You know, when I was younger, I got into collecting things, and I have a lot of my mom's and dad's things that after they passed away that I have. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm thinking I need to just either have a big yard sale or take them to a charity place. I don't know. I don't know. How many of you out there have so much crap accumulated in your house that you're just like, okay, gotta stop here? Like with my yarn and my diamond paintings, that's a little different. I can put those away and nobody sees that. I don't have to take them out and dust them. But all the little knickknacks, yeah, I need to just figure out what I want to do. I even had a friend tell me she would help me do a yard sale. But I have to wait for nicer weather. I mean, I know you don't get much money for it, but it doesn't really make any difference as long as it goes somewhere else. It's either, sell it at a cheaper price or give it to somebody else can dust. But I've been sitting around thinking the last few days of all the crazy things that have happened to me in my life. I've told you before that I am just a big klutz. It's like I'm just or I do things that just thinking, this has happened to other people. I'll have to tell you about this. I'm going to tell you about this one time. I was teaching 3rd grade. This was quite a few years ago when I hadn't been teaching that many years. And I had worn a skirt and, I had boots on and all that. And just, anyway, I went to the restroom and took care of my business. And I went on back out into the hallway. And I'm thinking, gosh, it's so cold in this hall. I could feel it on my backside. And I felt around and I had tucked my skirt into my pantyhose. Yeah, that's back. It was cold. I was wearing some black pantyhose. And I'm thinking, oh my word. I looked around. Luckily, there was no one behind me. But by the time I got my skirt pulled out from in my pantyhose, I saw my principal coming down the hallway from the other direction, the front way. And all I could think of was, I am so glad I saw that before I went further down the hall. And, those kids that had an eye full, it was so embarrassing. But at least there was no one around to see it. Have you had anything like that happen to you? It's just insane. Usually I always check myself before I leave the bathroom, but when you're teaching school, sometimes you don't have a lot of time to spend in the bathroom, and you're rushing around because it's time to go pick the kids up from, especially when you're teaching younger kids, you have to pick them up from PE, music, wherever. So you're in a rush. It never happened again. I really checked it then. I was feeling my behind to make sure that it was covered up from then on out. So I've done some things that are just weird. Another thing, a lot of these things happen at school because when you teach school for 34 years, you spend a lot of time there. I remember, I taught 17 years 3rd, 17 years junior high, in case you're new to my channel. This was when I was teaching 3rd grade again. And I was talking with the kids, and I had their desks into groups of 4. There's 2 here and 2 facing each other. So they were in groups. They could do group work and all that fun stuff. Anyway, I was sitting at one group of tables where there was nobody there. And so I was sitting on top of a desk, and I was talking to the kids, just, casually. We were talking about things, and I was backing up on the desk. And we were talking and just, I love talking with my kids. And I was scooting back. And the next thing I know, I was on the floor, flat on my back. I had forgotten that I had moved the desk behind that one to another spot. So yeah, I scooted all the way to the edge of that desk and fell off the backside. The only thing I hurt was my pride. It was so funny. All the kids didn't know what to do at first. They're all worried. They're all saying, "Are you okay, Mrs. Babcock? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine." And they started laughing, and I just started laughing. So it wasn't that big a deal. I didn't hurt myself bad. I was just a little bit tender, but not too bad. So that was another fun thing. I made sure that I didn't do that again. But I can just imagine the kids watching. All of a sudden, there's Miss Babcock, and then poof! Nothing there. They got up. They were all looking to see where gone. So yeah, that was kind of a real joyful time. But I can look back and laugh now. That was pretty funny. It, yeah, I guess you'd have been there. It's not as funny unless you had been there and seen it. And luckily, I was wearing pants at that. I usually wore pants to school. It was more comfortable because you're squatting and you're kneeling and you're doing all kinds of things. You're sitting on the floor with the kids. So that was another fun time that I remember. I had so many enjoyable experiences. And the kids, they're just so much fun. They're liable to tell you anything. You just learn to keep these secrets to yourself, because they'll come and tell you different things. But I had one little girl, and she had been out sick. And I said, "Are you okay? Are you feeling better?" And she was trying to explain to me what was wrong, because I was really concerned. And she told me, she said, "Well, I went to the doctor, and I had an orgasm in my kidneys, and it was all I could do not to just start laughing out loud." I composed myself and I said, "Oh," I said, "do you mean you had an organism in your kidneys?" And she said, "Yeah, that's it." So, they've heard that word somewhere before. And this was not something that was recent. That was a long time ago. But it was amusing, like they say, out of the mouths of babes. So, you learned how to compose yourself pretty well on all those types of things. Junior high. Yeah, it's a little bit different with junior high. If they come out with something like that, they know what they're talking about. But didn't have anyone doing anything like that or saying things like that. So I was strict with the kids, but they also knew that I loved them. I really did. And that's something I do miss at times, is being with the kids. And it'd be nice just to be able to go in there and just talk. Sometimes we would just have talk sessions, and they just tell me about different things that might have been going on in the world or something they were concerned about. I think that's important in school also, is to give them time to express themselves and let you know how they feel about things. Because sometimes we just want to shut them up and not listen. They've got some really good ideas. It's very interesting. So, to me, this is just so relaxing. I can sit here and just do this and not have to really think or concentrate. And that's one reason I like the clear ones, because I can go anywhere on this canvas and find the C's and do them. I can turn it upside down, sideways, whatever. I do find it very relaxing. Oh, and last week, Thanksgiving, oh boy, did I overdo it. We went to my brother-in-law and sister-in-laws. That was on my husband's side of the family. My husband and both of our parents are gone. They are no longer with us. We lost his mom, my mother-in-law, last year in November. So November 12th was a year. Anyway, we're over there and eating and eating and eating and eating. You know how you tell yourself before you go, I am not going to eat like I did last year. I'm going to control myself. Well, I had a talk like that with myself, and when I got there and started eating, I just forgot about it. I just did somebody talk to me earlier today? Yeah, so did any of you overdo it? with the eating. It was just that I wanted to taste everything. Different people brought things, and of course I wanted to taste what I made too. What's the point? But there were so many delicious things to eat, and I have been trying to eat better. So, what was bad was that I wasn't used to eating those rich foods. So, I spent a lot of time in the bathroom on Friday paying for that. So, needless to say, I didn't want leftovers. So, kind of back on track again. I have a doctor's appointment next week, December the 6th, for my annual physical. And my cholesterol normally runs high. My mom's always did too. I think it's a family trait thing, but I'm hoping, because I've been, like I said, been eating better. I'm hoping to go in and them to say, wow, this is the best it has ever been. I really want to do that. And I have lost a little bit of weight by eating better. The ice cream has been my biggest culprit, and I have not been getting ice cream because I don't know about you, but when I buy a box of ice cream, I get it for the weekend. Yeah, it only lasts through the weekend. That may be all I eat like at lunch. And that might be my supper too. Yeah, I had really bad habits. I'm doing much better though. And so I'm hoping that that's going to show up on my blood tests. And then they, excuse me, they want you to go and do, they're always saying, well, you want to do your colonoscopy this year? No. No, I haven't done that yet. And I told them, I'll let them know when I want to, but it's not yet. And they send you home. How many of you have been sent home with those little packages where you have to, do your bowel movement? Trying to watch my words here. And basically, you got to catch the thing. I'm thinking, okay, what do I do? Put saran wrap down here to grab it, when I go, or what? Because then they want you to take this, it's a little stick now, and you stick it into different areas of your little stool. And then put it in the bottle, and then you take it back to the doctor's office. Well, they gave me the kit. I have yet to do one. Maybe some of you have an idea if you've ever done that. I don't know. How are you supposed to catch your stools? I mean, really? When I go to the bathroom, I'm in there not thinking about trying to catch any specimens. So I'm sure she'll say again, well, would you like me to schedule your colonoscopy? No, thank you. I do get the mammograms. Yeah, that's always fun, isn't it, ladies? Yeah, but I know that's important. Now, my husband, he has done a colonoscopy because he had something going on, and they did, but it runs in his family, colon problems, and they had found a little spot, and it was carcinoma is what they called it. And I had cancer insurance, to pay for things. Okay, well, they got it out, but they wanted to make sure they got it all, so we had to go to an oncologist and all this other stuff, and I don't know how much money and time we spent on that. And I went to send that information into the cancer company, and they said, oh, a carcinoma is not considered a cancer. It's labeled under something else. All I could think of to myself is, okay, we went to an oncologist, and they call it like a cancer, and that it might have spread to his liver and done all this. Anyway, that was just disappointing. Sometimes insurance can be just a disappointment, the things that they do and don't cover. But insurance paid for most of the things he had done. But it was just like, okay, you know, I remember being scared to death. They did a PET scan, or I think it was a PET scan, and they thought that it had gone into his liver. I was in tears. I was still teaching, and I remember going to my principal and crying and saying, I don't know how much school I'm going to be missing. And okay, then we have an MRI scheduled and found out they said he had just places on his liver, like fatty spots and stuff that he was probably born with. And they did another colonoscopy. Everything came out clear. Make a long story short, about my brother, he is almost done with radiation, and then we will be finding out if it worked. He'll be having a PET scan done. I don't know when it's going to be, but I am just, you know, you're nervous when you're waiting on these things. And I know he is. So those of you who have been giving your thoughts and prayers for him, please continue to do so. I love my big brother. Oh yeah, my brothers were something, especially the second to the oldest, which is Greg. And he lives next door to me. It's about 100 yards over there, I guess, because we live on some acreage. But he is something else. He is a mess. But I love my brothers, and I have a sister. Now, my sister lives on the other side of Houston. I'm about 70 miles northeast of Houston. So, I think she's probably about 90 miles away. Somewhere around there. I could be wrong. Anyway, she crochets. I talked to her about diamond painting, but she saw, she hasn't seen it in real life. She just seen me show her some pictures, and she said that would make me so nervous trying to put those in there. And I said, really, it doesn't. I said, it's very relaxing actually. But no, she didn't want to try. I did get my brother Daryl. I think I told you before that I took one to him, and he has worked on it some. I don't know how much he's worked on it since I gave it to him. He's been going through it for his radiation, and sometimes it's not. You know, some days you feel better than others. And I know he's getting nervous about the PET scan, because there were other places, I think I've told you this before, that had lit up, and they weren't sure what it was, that were in other parts of his body. So we're just hoping and praying that it's not anything to do with lymphoma, which he had before, or any other kind of cancer. Poor thing. He's been through the ringer. And then I mentioned in my last video about my husband. I don't know what he did to his neck. He loves his birds. I've told you about that before. And he was messing around. He likes to build the houses, and they're not little, they're big. He builds them for purple martins, and he builds them out of wood, so they're heavy. And he puts them up on top of these really tall poles. He'll have them up in the air 15 to 20 feet. And I'm not sure if he did something while he was doing that. I really don't know. But when he woke up Friday morning, he was in so much pain, he could hardly turn his head. He went on to work, but he didn't last long. And I called. I said, just come home. And then I wanted him to go see a chiropractor and just make sure there was no damage done. But I had him lay on the heating pad all day Friday and babied him. You know how we do. Saturday he felt much better, and he got up and he was getting around, doing pretty good. Sunday he was doing okay. Monday, pain. But got back to work, and it's been kind of cool here for us in Texas. Not what we're used to. like the highs have been in some days the 40s and 50s degree Fahrenheit, and that's cold for us. I know it's not for other people. It was 32 degrees one night, so we did have a little bit of a freeze, and it's just not normal for this time of year for us. So I think that made it hurt more. But he is still complaining, and I'm still telling him, go see the chiropractor. Make sure there's no damage done. But I might as well be talking to this wolf on this painting, because that's about how much he listens. Oh, and then he needs glasses. Okay, he lived all of his life without ever having to wear glasses. Me, I've worn glasses since 2nd grade, and they were thick when I got them, so I think I was born not being able to see. Anyway, Jerry will be squinting at something. I said, you need to get your eyes checked. Okay, he goes and gets them checked, and he gets a prescription for some glasses. Guess what he does? He just comes home with a prescription, and only God knows where it's at now. He just didn't bother getting glasses. What he does is have me get some cheap readers at Walmart or somewhere, and they're all over the house, and he wears those. It's so annoying. I love my husband. He's the sweetest thing, but oh my goodness. Getting him to do what he's supposed to keep himself where he can see and be healthy, sometimes isn't easy to do. Well, he is very healthy. He's vegetarian, very careful what he eats pretty much all the time. Hasn't always been like that, but when he had high blood pressure and his cholesterol was kind of high, he just quit eating all this stuff. I can't just do, I do like vegetables, and I mostly enjoy eating just plain yogurt. I'll get plain Greek yogurt, and I found this stuff at Sam's that I really like. It's called Triple Berry Blend, and it has dried berries in it. I think it's cranberry, blueberry, and I don't know, something else. And it has some nuts in it, cashews, pecans, almonds, and then it has dark chocolate, just some, not, you know, it's not just full of dark chocolate, but a few chunks. And since they say dark chocolate is good for you, hey, well, what I like to do is, for supper, that's usually what I enjoy eating. I'll eat some, I've been cooking a lot of broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and potatoes for my husband, because that's what he's been wanting. And I will eat the broccoli. Usually I'll eat broccoli and then have my yogurt and stuff, because I enjoy that. Yeah, kind of strange, I know. Other people, everybody likes something different, I suppose. But that's what I've been enjoying eating lately. And I think that it fills me up, and I think that might be helping a little bit. If I would start walking, I could really lose some weight. I walked with my husband Thanksgiving morning and Saturday morning. I need to go out and do it on my own. I enjoy walking, but it's more fun when you have somebody with you. And, I mean, I've got my dogs, but it's not quite the same. Not quite the same. And I used to be one that exercised. I exercised all the time. I was really into different aerobics, and I always walked. I used to do jump roping and things, but I haven't done that in quite some time. Just, I don't know, being lazy. Shoot, that takes into my crochet and diamond painting time, and, you know, I've got to do that. Not really. I need to get up and just go do that. And you have the other things you have to do around the house. And oh, my husband has gotten to where I roasted the Brussels sprouts for him the first time, and he liked them. But he told me he wanted me to try them, you know, a different way. So now I boil them until they are fork tender. Then I drain them and I put butter, salt, and pepper on them. And he loves them. He's got to have that every night. I have to have. And he's also likes the little bitty potatoes. We call them new potatoes. I don't know why. The little ones. And I'll boil those until they're fork tender. Butter them. Put a little bit of salt. Whatever. And the broccoli, when I steam the broccoli, I like mine usually with no seasonings at all. I don't know. That's just me. My husband, he has to have some kind of seasoning. Just a little bit of salt and pepper is all he wants. Sometimes I might put a little pepper, but I've gotten to where I just want it plain. I don't like salt very much. I have more of a sweet tooth. So I guess that's why I like my yogurt with the fruit and nut stuff. Of course, I do like I said, I do like the broccoli. To me, broccoli is just good by itself. And when you steam it, it's very tender, easy. I sometimes would eat it raw, but sometimes when you eat it raw, it seems like I get more gas that way. So this is safer for everyone around to have it boiled or steamed. I'm sorry, to steam it. So, do any of you have other ways that you fix your vegetables, and what are your favorite kinds of vegetables? Like I said, right now my husband is into the Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and potatoes. And he'll change his mind later into something else. Sometimes he'll go into beans. I like peas. I like black-eyed peas, purple hull peas. And I like pinto beans pretty well. And I enjoy green beans. My favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip. Oh, I love that stuff. But I had to quit before I ate myself into oblivion. Because those little chips, along with the smooth creaminess of the ice cream. Okay, I have got to stop talking about it. Don't want to talk myself into a craving here. Boy, I can just jump from one subject to another, can't I? I go from here, there, everywhere. I've been trying to get some Christmas shopping done. I just do it online. I live in a little bitty town, and there aren't very many places to get things that people I know want, like things especially for my daughter and my son-in-law. We have gotten to where we make lists. There's a app she sent to me. Oh, shoot, I can't think of it now. Gift list. I don't remember what it is, and you put what it is you want, and you put the web address in there so they can go straight to that place. And you put several different items on there so that they don't know exactly what you're getting. I'm real bad about trying to get everything they put on the list. Shh, don't tell my husband. He is, I have always called him Scrooge. He thinks Christmas shouldn't be all about the gifts. He doesn't think, and it shouldn't. I mean, I enjoy being around family, but I enjoy giving gifts. I really, I like to get gifts, but I don't need anything extravagant or lavish. A diamond painting will do. A bar of soap. And it doesn't really matter if I get anything or not. My daughter is coming. I'm so excited. She's coming to my house this year. Yay! So I am more excited about Christmas this year since she's going to be here. So, yeah, I've got their lists, and I'm going along looking for those and picking out which ones I'm going to get. And so I had to put things down for her to look at for me. I told her, I said, did you notice most of the things I put on my list were for face products? I really am into skincare, especially right now in the winter. That's one thing I was wanting to ask the rest of you. With the winter time, my skin gets so dry from being, the wind sometimes blows more, but also the heating in the house. It just dries me up. I can find that I need to drink more water. I get thirstier, but my skin just... Do any of you have any special secrets? I have been putting some rosehip oil on my face during the day when I'm not going anywhere because it leaves you greasy. But I'm just trying to get a little moisture back into my face because it hurts. In my lips, I've been using the Blistex Deep Moisture, whatever it's called, because my lips have really been chapped. So, do y'all have any special secrets? And my husband, he always gets his hands, especially around his thumbs, they crack. And I've tried different types of lotion. Now, getting him to use it every day sometimes is not always easy. But those of you who deal with very extreme cold and face or dry skin or whatever, do you have anything special that you use? Or, like I said, I do some face masks that help replenish moisture. I do mud mask, and then I also do the sheet masks where you put them on your face with the serum on it. Just trying to get a little bit of moisture back into my skin. It's just makes you feel yucky. At least it does me. And then your hands also have to hand cream or whatever. But my daughter, she really suffers with dry skin. She will take a shower, and when she's out, she's itching all over. And I have bought her different types of lotion. I don't know what is the best lotion out there. We've tried CeraVe. We've done the... goodness, I couldn't even tell you all the different types that I have bought and sent to her. So if any of you out there suffer from that and you have something that really works, or that, give me something to try for her. I just feel so bad. When I was staying with her, she'd come out of the shower and we'd be getting in the car and she's just, rubbing her legs and her arms because she's just itching so bad. She doesn't have any sores or anything, so sometimes she does get like a breakout. I don't know if it's psoriasis or exactly what it is. Just very small area. But the itching skin, that just, I feel so bad for her. But if any of you have any, magic formulas or something else that I could try. There's a lot of different things, but you don't know which one to get. So, okay, got off on skincare there for a while. This time of year it just seems to be worse, just dry, itchy. I'm sure most people suffer. Now, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager and young, I had such oily skin, it was pitiful. I was doing everything to try to dry it up. Now I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Oh, I'd have to wash my hair every single day. Oh, it was really bad. And I do whatever I could to try to get some of that oil. Now I need some of that oil back and it's left. Oh my goodness. Mercy me. Oh, I know there's bigger problems in the world than that, but just something to ponder, I suppose. I hope that everyone is doing well, and I know that I have a video up for a giveaway, and I'll be drawing for that on December the 5th, which is next Wednesday, a week from today. So if you haven't watched that video, I'm thankful for you. And I had people writing down the things they were thankful for, and I just was so blessed to hear all the things that some of you have been through, and you are staying so positive. That's just fantastic. Some of you have been through so much, and I do think of you and pray that your situations will get better. But the thing that really got me was, even though you're having it rough, every single person had something that they were thankful for. And I just think that's wonderful. And you know what I found out? Because this is true with me also. The things people were thankful for were not materialistic things. Most people were saying they were thankful for their health, or they were thankful for their families. They were thankful for waking up another day. These things that we don't think about, that we should be thankful for. So I really I read every single comment that people make. I didn't comment to every one of them. There were a lot of comments. I commented to a few, but not to all of them. Like I said, I got a lot of comments on that, and I enjoyed reading those. It really blessed my heart to read the things that you wrote. And I know some of you said you were thankful for me, and you have no idea how thankful I am for you guys that actually sit there and listen to me and comment back and have something to say to me. That just makes my day. I wouldn't be sitting here doing this if I didn't enjoy it, and I think somebody was at least listening to me or watching what I'm doing. I know some days it's maybe I may not be as exciting as other days, or a little more pensive. I don't know. But I do so enjoy all of you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Where will my mind take me to wander away to talk about something else? Oh, I've got to tell you about the time a friend and I think I told this story when I fell off of a horse. I think I did tell that in another one of mine. Yeah, that was real exciting. The horse took off and then stopped real fast, and my friend was hanging on to me, and we both fell off. That was real graceful. I can tell you that right now. It's painful. I am not a cowgirl by any means, but I always loved horses, and I still do love horses, but I just like to look at them now. I just think they're beautiful, to see their coats glistening in the sun. Such beauty. And I just love animals. And Karen, if you're watching this, she's Karen Crochet on Instagram. She has the sweetest heart for animals, and she had her husband make a little, I'm trying to think. She made it out of, I think there was a box, and then a plastic box. Well, they fixed it up so that it would be waterproof, and because she lives up north and it's cold, and she made it for the feral cats that are around where she lives. And there are some already staying in there, and she puts in fresh straw for them to keep it dry, and she feeds them every day. She's one person that I know really loves animals, and I know that there are a lot of you others out there that love animals also. We feed so many critters around my house. We have possums and raccoons and deer and skunks. My goodness, so we have foxes. I've seen both red and we have gray fox also. And we put food out at the edge of the woods so that they don't have to come all the way out to get some food to eat. And we have persimmon trees. I don't know how many of you know what persimmons are. And the persimmons we have are huge, big persimmons. My daddy planted Japanese persimmon trees, and they're huge. And when they're ripe, they are the sweetest fruit you can imagine. So we have a lot of animals that eat that. There is plenty for them and us both to eat. The birds will eat them. We see possums a lot of nights, climbed up in the tree. We'll be taking the dogs out, go to the bathroom. I mean, we have a doggy door for them to go in and out, but we take them for a little walk outside, and we'll see sometimes 2 or 3 up in a tree eating the persimmons. And they just look at us. They play possum, meaning they do not move at all. They just are very still. I don't know if you've ever heard the term. They're playing possum like they're not alive. They stay very still, trying so that you won't spot them. But they're always in the same tree right outside the back door, so we always see them. So it's kind of neat. The only ones that I don't like to meet up with in the dark are the skunks, because I do not feel like getting sprayed with their beautiful perfume. And we don't hurt any of the animals. We'll just let them be at peace and eat what they want. Like I said, we have fig trees, persimmon trees, pear trees. We have an apple tree. It does a little bit. This isn't the best apple growing area. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, mulberry trees. And we have an orange tree. It's not doing as good this year. We need to trim some of the trees back so it can branch out a little bit more. So we have different kinds of fruit trees that the animals eat out of, and we put food out for them. We'll put some corn, and the birds get all kinds of stuff, nuts and bird seed. I had no idea how much birds loved peanuts till we decided we're going to put some out. We knew that the blue jays and the woodpeckers loved nuts. So we bought some shelled nuts, and we crunched, my husband will crush some up in his hands, and we put them close to the porch. We have some on the poles and different places. And we have birds that normally don't eat nuts. They're mostly insect eaters. We have wrens. Little wrens are a little bitty bird, and we have chickadees come and eat them. We have the northern cardinal, some people call them redbirds, blue jays, of course. Just so many. We have so many kinds of birds out here. It's amazing to see all of them. We have all different types of birds. I could sit here and list, and I'd forget so many of them. There's so many different types, and my husband, he can tell you what every one of them is, and if he can't, he will look it up until he does find out what it is. But we got lots of them. And of course I have my 3 dogs. and they stay inside, of course. They can go outside if they want to. I'll open the door where they can get we have the doggy door on the screen door, the storm door, so that we can close the front door so that no stray animals can walk into the house. It would be kind of fun, wouldn't it, to find a possum crawling around in here or a raccoon. My dogs, first of all, would go nuts if they found that. The best would be a skunk coming in and scenting the house for us with their special freshener. So at night we keep it closed. They're good about sleeping all night without needing to go out. If they do need to, they'll wake me up. Okay, so I can let them out. A lot of times they wake me up because they hear something out on the porch. Because my husband will have some nuts out there, and the dogs will hear them on the porch getting to them, and they bark and bark and bark. And you get to where you can tell the difference when your dogs are talking to you, whether they need to go outside and really potty, or if they just want to go out there and have some fun with a raccoon or a possum or a skunk, whatever might be in the yard. Oh, and we have armadillos. Haven't seen any lately since it's been colder. Haven't seen as many of those as we used to see. We have so many other ones. But we have all kinds of critters out here. Well, let's see. Okay. Trying to find some that are facing up. Make sure I get all my diamonds on there. This is just, I'm getting a little bit done here, aren't I? It's got a lot more to do, but I just think this is beautiful. I really do like this one. Like I said, this is one I got from Diamond Art Club, and I do have someone who wants it. He was one of my former students, and he comes over. He and my husband will go fishing sometime. He's still in high school, and he comes over to visit, and he just calls me his abuelita, which is a term of endearment for grandmother. I just tell him he just call me that. I'm not his teacher any longer. He moved here from Honduras, and I taught him English. I've talked to you about him before. He lost his mom back in May, on Cinco de Mayo, actually. And he's just real special to us, but he likes it. He said he'd like it in his room. I said, sure. He said, I don't have anything in my room. And I said, well, I showed him. He liked the dragon one that I have that I got from New Frog, and I said, okay, I can do that one. That one's a real small one. That won't take near the time this one will. I just need to sit and get busy on it. I could get this done quicker but like I said, I am doing some crochet, and he'd like a scarf. My daughter, she's looking for a hat and scarf set. I usually make her one every year. My husband said, why aren't you going to make me a hat? And I said, I made you a hat. Do I see you wearing it? No. She wears them. If you start wearing the hat, I'll do it. I do need to go ahead and make him a scarf so he can wrap that around that old neck of his right now. It might help him. I need to find do any of you have a good, manly scarf pattern? I need to look. I usually am making them for women, girls and women, so I need to find something that is manly. Isaac's even come over and he picked up that's mi nieto's name. Nieto is grandson. He came in my craft room and picked up the yarn he liked. I showed him some different ones, and he actually liked one that has it's kind of a dark gray and a dark maroon. Beautiful colors, and it'll look gorgeous on with his skin tone. Anyway, I am coming up on almost an hour, and I know a lot of you say that you enjoy listening to me talk, but I just, I don't want to waste all of your time just jibber-jabbering here at you, but I do enjoy talking with you. What would be fantastic is if you were here with me, and we could be doing this together. But I just pretend that you're there and that you're right here with me right now, listening to me and doing your craft or work or whatever it is that you're doing. And hope you're enjoying it. And if you have anything you want to know about me or want me to talk about, I'll be more than happy to do that. Well, unless it's something disgusting, then probably not. And my true watchers and friends would never ask something that was like that. I know better. So, let's see. I'm getting a lot of the C's done here at the bottom. I've got dots in this area. I think the C is the really dark blue. And this was a full bottle. And as you can see, I have 3 full bottles of this color. I think it's $9.39, $9.16, I can't remember. And then I have, this is the black 310. That's going to go where the dotted areas are. And then there's some areas that have the AB, Aurora Borealis, that's real shiny. Just a few areas. Because you don't want the whole thing done. It would be a little too shiny, and I don't know that it would look as good for a young man's room. But he liked he's very artistic, and he liked the way the colors went together on this. And I like it has one brown eye and one blue eyes. I just think it's gorgeous. Just really pretty. I've got so many to do. I'm going to have to do more of these whipping chats or paint and chat, whatever you want to call it. Do you have a good name that I can call these things? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? All I'm doing is just chattering away. I could crochet and chat if anyone would be interested in me doing that, but it's easier to do this and chat. Because a lot of my things that I'm crocheting right now, not every row is exactly the same, so I have to look at the pattern. This is just easier to just, talk away about it. And like I said, I have some things I'm crocheting that I'll show you on a crochet video for those of you who are interested. So, I have 3 things going right now. I start one and think, oh, I want to do this one too. So I need to concentrate on getting one of them finished. I do believe. I'm almost done with my daughter's slouchy hat. I'm using my favorite pattern for that. And it's almost done. That one goes pretty quick. And I'm working on a shawl. And, well, actually, it'll be 2 shawls. No, a scarf. I need 2 scarves. My daughter and for Isaac. So, I guess I keep saying, well, I'm going to stop and go. But then I think something else pops into my mind. And I just rattle on some more. Anyway, I hope you are having a pleasant time right now. And that you've enjoyed just listening to me chit-chat a little bit with you. And isn't that pretty and shiny? That's with the cover down over it. That's with it off. Ugh, isn't it gorgeous? I just love this. But we'll see how much of this I can get done. I may be doing more chats with you so I can get some work done. But I hope that doesn't bother you. I hope you're having a blessed day and that you're crafting and whatever it is that you enjoy doing is bringing you some relief. And I know a lot of you suffer from anxiety like I do, and this does help. And me just talking to you, it helps with my anxiety. It just does. I don't know why, but it seems like I just be talking to you. I feel like you're right here next to me, and I'm just talking away. Anyway, hope you're having a blessed day and that you have a fantastic rest of the week. And I love you guys. Bye.